Yo, what's up you guys? Teddy Striker here, and in this video I want to talk about UFC 304 because it's actually a pretty solid card. Yesterday I talked about Tom Aspinall versus Curtis Blades, so I won't be talking about it again. And tomorrow I'm going to be talking about Leon Edwards versus Bilal Muhammad, so make sure you tune into that tomorrow. But that being said, let's just get right into the fights, and we're going to talk about Bobby Green, or King Green, versus Paddy Pimblett. And in this fight, I think that King Green is actually going to beat Paddy Pimblett. I think that his striking is too good. Like, obviously, he's going to have to be careful about Paddy Pimblett's kicks, because Paddy, he's got some pretty good kicks. They're pretty fast. He doesn't really set them up. He kind of just throws them. But, you know, when you fight with your hands down like Green does, you kind of want to be worried of those kicks coming your way. And another thing to be cautious of for Green is Paddy's power. Paddy, you know, he does hit pretty hard. He has put away some opponents. Like, he'll rush you with a whole bunch of shots, and eventually one of them is gonna land, and it's gonna land hard. And we've seen Green get knocked out several times, get dropped. He's been in a lot of wars, so that's gonna be something to be a bit more cautious about. You know, bring your hands up at times, because you know he could put you down and knock you out. But outside of that, I think that Bobby Green, this is a really good fight for him. I think that Paddy Pimblett, the way he opens up and goes forward and throws combinations, he leaves himself wide open to get countered. He'll lunge in with his chin up high, and he's gotten countered several times, and he hasn't really fixed it. And Bobby Green does a great job of making you miss and, you know, countering you. He's a great counter striker. He can either intercept you while you're coming in, or just make you miss and then punish you. And I think against Paddy, he's gonna have a field day with his counter striking. He's gonna be able to make Paddy miss and, you know, counter him, or he's gonna intercept Paddy coming in, which is gonna be even more powerful and could potentially even hurt Paddy. And also, Bobby Green has faced a lot of fighters. He's got a lot of experience, so he's faced a lot of fighters who were throwing head kicks at him, and he was able to get his hands up in time. He wasn't getting clipped by them. He was, you know, doing pretty well with dealing with head kicks. And yeah, just kicks to the head, to the body, and to the legs. I'll be honest, to the legs especially, he's open. If you throw a punch in front of it, to set it up, and then you throw a leg kick, that could catch Bobby Green, and he's not going to defend it at all. But Paddy could catch Bobby Green with a head kick if he's able to, you know, throw a combination with his hands and then follow it up with a head kick, because Bobby Green, sometimes he has a tendency to dip his head out of the way of punches, which leaves his head wide open for a head kick. So if he's able to throw a combination and then throw a head kick, he could potentially knock out Bobby Green, because Bobby's moving in the direction of the strike, which is going to cause a bigger collision. And to be honest, I'm not too worried about the grappling of Paddy Pimblett in this match against Bobby Green. Bobby, you know, he's got great takedown defense. He did give Islam a bit of problems. He was, you know, finding those underhooks, keeping his balance a little bit, but then he got taken down. But outside of that, Bobby Green has great takedown defense, and he's able to reverse his opponents, or, you know, if he does get taken down, he can get up pretty quickly. So I think he'll be safe. He's got a good wrestling background. And seeing Paddy's last fight, it doesn't really give me that much confidence in him being able to, you know, submit or finish Bobby Green, unless he knocks him down first and then goes for a submission or a TKO. But if he gets a takedown and then tries to do some stuff, I'm not too worried about it for Bobby Green. And also, I think that Bobby Green should go for body shots. And in this fight, Tony Ferguson was having a lot of success with those straight punches to the body. He was able to slow down Paddy, and in that third round, if Paddy didn't get that takedown, he might have gone finish. And if there was 2 more rounds, and if Tony was able to defend the takedown and just really just strike with him, he could have probably finished him, but he wasn't able to. But overall, like I said, I think that Bobby Green is gonna beat him. I think that he's gonna be too slick for Paddy. His defense is gonna be on point. He's gonna be evading shots. I think that he's also gonna, you know, hit Paddy, make him miss, get out of range, and get him frustrated. And also, going for those body shots on Paddy is gonna help, because Paddy cuts a lot of weight. We've seen him get to 200 pounds sometimes, It's crazy. But this is gonna be good for Paddy. This loss, whether it's like by TKO, KO, or a decision, which I think is gonna be a decision, it's gonna be good because he seems like the type of guy that only like fixes his holes when he loses. And if you're like that, then you're like that. But it's gonna help you out. Bobby Green's gonna expose those holes, and maybe he'll get better after this. But as long as Bobby Green's chin holds up, and I think he should be good. Like, he's also got good submission defense. In case Paddy takes him down, it's just gonna be when he's hurt. How is he gonna defend? But yeah, I think that Bobby Green's gonna win this 29-28 by it could be a split decision because it's in the UK, but I think it's gonna be a unanimous decision. And now to end off the video, I'm gonna talk about Muhammad Mokaev versus Manel Kape and Arnold Allen versus Giga Chikadze. And starting off with Arnold Allen and Giga Chikadze. First of all, I'm glad that Giga is finally back. His last fight was in January of 2022, and he hasn't fought since. He did take a lot of damage against Calvin Kattar, but that was a step up in competition. And I think that in this fight, unfortunately, I think that Giga is gonna lose. I want him to win. I think he's a great fighter, but I think that Arnold Allen is gonna, use the grappling in this one. He's gonna be able to defend those kicks, put the pressure on Giga, and it's gonna be tough. Just that step up in competition. Arnold Allen, he's gone out there and gave Max Holloway a pretty competitive fight. And I just feel like the activity, staying in there, training with Firas Shahab, those guys, like, it's gonna help him out a lot. But I got Arnold Allen winning by a decision. And then for Manel Kape and Muhammad Mokaev, I got Manel Kape. I think that Manel is actually going to TKO Muhammad Mokaev. He's already 2-0 against him. He cracked his head open at the UFC PI. And I think that he's going to crack him open again with a flying knee. As Muhammad Mokaev is not going to be on Manel Kape's level in the striking. He's going to get dropped early. Then he's going to start getting desperate for those takedowns and then run into a flying knee.